So I've decided I want to start a new campaign, a fantasy game called Brutal Quest. Alright. Brutal Quest is the fantasy version of Planet 28 by Nicholas Evans. And the reason I like this game is mostly because of his artwork. I just really love the style. The style of his artwork here. I did the Kickstarter a while back, like that stuff on the line, on the edges of the paper. There's like a tank. It's just got a really cool style of art, like that right there. Even up here, I kind of think this would have made a better cover for the Planet 28, but it's not my game or my art or my choice. But yeah, that is just beautiful. That blue on red. That next to it is something I did in high school with we painted a India ink over a piece of like sheet metal for roofing, and then you just scratch off the you just like scratch off the ink. That was just some random woman on the back of like a Glamour magazine or something. I don't know. It was way back in the 80s, but maybe I kind of used to be a pretty good artist. Now I just get my creative itch out on painting miniatures and making scenery and all that. It's kind of therapeutic in a way. All right, 15 millimeter. Okay, here is my little warband. This is Valen Grimm. He's kind of my avatar that I usually use for me in the games. He's got Bulwark and Iron Skin, and he has a great axe and mail armor. This is Otto the Pyromancer. He's a spellcaster. He has Fireball and the Shield spell, and he's got a heavy club. Next we have Tario the Silent. He is fast and sure-footed, and he's a man from the east. He has a short sword and a pistol crossbow and leather armor. And this guy here is Cormac the Youth. He is a local from the area we are going to be doing our campaign in. He is brave, and he has the Drain trait. His war paint gives him that, and his war paint also gives him the equivalent of leather armor. He has a short sword and a wooden shield. And that is my crew. Right, I've got a bunch of my toys laid out here. I'm going to explain a little bit of this. I've also drawn up a map. I printed off a map and just kind of drew in pencil here. This is the main island that we're going to be on, Zeradobia. Hearthborn and Caracas down here are the main cities of the more civilized people. And the uncivilized west, they are the Tua de Zaradoba. And they're kind of in tune with nature. Here's like a high druid, I would say that's what he is. And next to him is like a king or a chieftain and a queen. And then just some regular examples of the people. Okay, and then we have in the mountains live the Furbolg. They're more warlike and barbaric. There's like a woman shaman. There's some guy who's kind of a badass because he's riding a bear, and there's a war mammoth, and also some snow trolls. And then we have, here's some examples of the fair folk or elves. They live on the island of Panada here. Greenhaven is their main city, but there's a glamour over the island, so you can't find it unless they want you to. They're totally in tune with nature. They would get along with these dryads, and the light fae, I guess. They would be on really good terms with the light fae, like the tree men, the dryads. Then we have the dark fae, which are like the beast men. And I guess werewolves would be kind of in there. And we have flat out evil necromancers in parts of the world that we'll find. There's some ghosts and a wraith and some ghouls. This island here in the middle, there's a city called Red Cove that's best to be avoided. There's just kind of, it's an island of evil sorcerers. There's an evil sorcerer and his construct. Here is a red Fomorian. And the dwarfs who live in the mountains as well. They share the greed of humans, but are better craftsmen and are hardy. There is a dark kin. They are related to the fair folk, but they live underground, and they're in tune with the environment down there, like the mushrooms and funguses and that. Some people think they're evil, but they're not. They're just don't really like people in their territory or whatnot. We've got the fens here, and then there's the dry desert. In the fens, we probably find trolls and some Fomorians and goblins. And hopefully we don't find a giant anywhere. We've got ogres. And to the far north, there's like an ice queen, and she has followers that are literal subhumans. There's like some hominid type people, and then more like tribal savages that are under her control. What else do we got? We've got our natural creatures like wolves, woolly rhinos, mammoths, and hopefully we don't find a dragon. That would be more likely on Panada, the island of the fair folk. And here is my board, and I've been having a lot of fun crafting again instead of buying stuff, because I don't have any money anymore, because my bills have just gone crazy here the last year or two. But yeah, I don't have that extra income for my hobby stuff anymore. But I have a lot of stuff, so not a huge deal. And I'm super excited to get this going.